Lena had always believed she was too small and delicate to handle life on a ranch. Visiting her cousin in the countryside, she wandered hesitantly through the sprawling fields, overwhelmed by the wide open spaces, the lowing of cattle, and the rhythmic clip-clop of horses' hooves. Every step felt uncertain, as if her tiny frame didn't belong in this rugged environment. That's when Mr. Thompson, the rancher, appeared. He was a tall, kind-faced man with rough hands that seemed to have tamed every inch of the land. Noticing her hesitation, he chuckled warmly and said, "Size doesn't matter, determination does." Before she could protest, he handed her a brush and led her to a gentle mare. At first, Lena fumbled with the brush, her small hand slipping, and the mare tilted its head curiously. Slowly, she found the rhythm, brushing carefully along the horse's neck and back. The horse nuzzled her hand, as if encouraging her. With each stroke, Lena's confidence grew. By the time the sun dipped low over the horizon, she had finished grooming the mare completely, her heart swelling with pride. For the first time, Lena realized that perhaps her smallness wasn't a limitation after all. The next morning, Lena awoke to the soft clucking of hens and the warm glow of sunlight streaming through the barn windows. Mr. Thompson greeted her with a cheerful smile and handed her a small basket. "Today, you're going to gather the eggs," he said. Lena's eyes widened. She had always thought something so delicate would slip right through her fingers. Hesitant but curious, she followed him to the chicken coop. The air was filled with the earthy smell of straw and the quiet murmur of hens settling in for the morning. Mr. Thompson showed her how to reach carefully under the hens without startling them and how to cradle each egg gently. Lena's first few attempts were clumsy. An egg wobbled in her tiny hands, and she gasped in fear, but nothing broke. Mr. Thompson chuckled and offered encouraging words. "See, you've got this," he said. Slowly, Lena's confidence grew. She learned to move with patience, to anticipate the hens' movements, and to trust her own touch. By the time she had collected the last egg and placed it safely in her basket, Lena felt a surge of pride. Her small hands, which she had always doubted, had proven themselves capable, and she realized that with guidance, even the smallest hands could achieve big things. As the days passed, Lena's confidence on the ranch grew, and Mr. Thompson decided it was time for her to try something a little more challenging. He led her to a section of the old fence that had been damaged in a recent storm. Lena looked at the wooden posts and tangled wire, feeling a wave of doubt. "I don't think I can do this," she whispered, glancing at her tiny frame and small hands. Mr. Thompson smiled reassuringly. "You'll be surprised what you can do if you take it step by step," he said. He showed her how to lift the posts carefully, how to hammer the nails without bending them, and how to tighten the wires safely. At first, Lena struggled. The tools felt heavy, and her movements were awkward. But with patience and guidance, she began to find clever ways to work around her size, using her agility to reach spots that were tricky even for taller people. Slowly but surely, the fence began to take shape under her efforts. By the time the sun began to set, a section of the fence stood strong and straight. Lena stepped back, wiping the sweat from her brow, and felt a deep sense of accomplishment. For the first time, she understood that being small didn't mean being incapable, it meant finding creative ways to succeed. One bright morning, Mr. Thompson led Lena to the paddock where the horses grazed lazily in the sun. Today, he told her, she would try riding. Lena's stomach twisted nervously at the thought. She had never been on a horse before, and the idea of balancing on such a large animal made her feel tiny and unsteady. The rancher approached a gentle mare named Daisy, whose calm eyes seemed to sense Lena's fear. "She's very patient, Mr. Thompson said kindly. Just take your time." Step by step, he guided Lena, showing her how to mount using a small stool, how to hold the reins, and how to sit steadily. At first, she trembled with every sway of the horse, gripping the reins too tightly. Daisy moved slowly, her movements gentle and predictable, giving Lena a chance to adjust. Encouraged by Mr. Thompson's calm voice and steady presence, Lena began to relax. Soon, she was trotting across the field, the wind whipping through her hair, a bright smile spreading across her face. The fear that had once seemed so overwhelming melted away, replaced by a thrilling sense of freedom. By the time they returned to the paddock, Lena's heart was pounding with excitement and pride. She realized that her small size had never been a limitation. With patience and courage, she could achieve far more than she had ever imagined. By the final day of her stay, Lena had transformed in ways she hadn't imagined possible. She walked through the ranch with a newfound confidence, noticing details she would have overlooked before: the way the horses flicked their tails, the patterns of sunlight on the fence, the soft rustle of straw in the barns. Mr. Thompson watched her with a proud smile, seeing how much she had grown in such a short time. Today, he decided to let her try a combination of all the skills she had learned: feeding the animals, gathering eggs, checking fences, and caring for the horses. Lena moved through each task with a sense of calm purpose, her earlier hesitations nowhere to be seen. She handled the animals gently, worked efficiently, and even offered tips to her cousin, who had been helping around the ranch for years. When the day ended, Mr. Thompson placed a hand on her shoulder. "Look at what you've accomplished," he said. Lena looked around, taking in the ranch she had helped maintain and the skills she had mastered. She felt a surge of pride and joy, realizing that her small stature had never held her back. She had discovered determination, patience, and courage within herself, leaving the ranch not just with new skills, but with a new belief in what she could achieve.